Right. So yeah, this is where we go for the campaigns, right? We got Italy, Africa, Greece, Korea, but the Philippines is the one that's we're going to use. Usually each commander would have his own login, so we're just going to use a generic one for now. You know how this works, right? You just click on one of these squares, it opens up a more zoomed in map.
Zoomed in version.
Yep. So
Mm-hmm.
you got the whole Philippines sector. This one works the best for if you want to select some kind of unit, because obviously when you're selecting the district A or whatever, you only have access to the units in that district. So you can't create missions for any of the units outside this district because they don't exist. You can't, interact with them on the map. If you want to do something, I guess if you want to find a unit, or if you want to do something, for some unit that you don't know where it is, you would go to the all sector map, and this is where you would choose them. See, there's a lot of question marks, and that's because there's fog of war and all that kind of stuff for the enemy team. We're red, and the US side is blue. We're obviously Japan. These question marks actually hop around every time you refresh the page. I think maybe if I do district, see. Yeah, see those question marks keep skipping around different locations. So it kind of randomizes where they are. Well, even these units too, because I think there's like a 93% percentage. Unless it's 100% recon, the little icons move around. So you don't quite know where stuff is exactly.
What does recon 70% mean?
Well, that just means that's the recon level. It's just a percentage level, like how much recon you have on that unit. I don't recall the specific levels of recon, but I know at a specific level you get bearing and orientation, and you get, I think, strength, and like this one's 93, right? This one's 73.
Yeah.
So we can tell with
Yeah. So
93,
what does it mean?
well, that just means that's your level of recon. Like, how much information do you know about the unit?
Yeah. So you're saying like 70%, 93%.
Well, this one I have selected
Like,
is 93, yeah.
so what does that mean? Like, that means the information is 93% accurate?
I would say it's like a percentage out of 100 of how much information is available to you. So 93% of the information is
So,
available to you, I guess you could say. Or accurate, if you want to put it that way.
so if it's 50%, then I won't even know like the unit name or what it carries, I guess.
I don't think you would even see it at 50%. I think it would be a question mark. Question marks, I think, are under 50%. Don't quite remember. Yeah, I think question marks are under 50. This one's 93. Yeah, whatever. It has more info than the others.
Like the next mission, how much does that recon
Oh, it will decay. It will go
depreciate?
down. It will go down. You'll
Yeah,
lose it.
like how much?
That depends. Depends on a lot of things. But if you have units nearby, like if, these guys are in the front line, they got... I keep hearing Discord noises. So these units on the front here, because they're close to them, the ground units will, give you some recon. So there's like proximity
Mm,
recon, that's what it's called. So you
mm-hmm.
can get recon from the air, or you can get recon from units that are nearby. And yeah, but if you want to recon something like, I guess this guy over here, 29, there's no units that you have nearby that could even recon it from proximity alone. So it would have to be recon from a plane, or in this case, this thing here. This is a spy, but I'll touch more on that later. Spies, I guess, are only useful for recon. They can't do much
Okay.
else. But all right, so that's icons and map stuff. Obviously, you have a lot of units. Really might look like a lot of stuff you got to deal with, but you don't necessarily have to have everything moving and doing something every mission. It could sit around. But of course, you do have to deal with supply, and you got a whole list here of like what the this is the first mission that the whole campaign would start on. So you can see like the supply right here. But as the missions go on, you'll see more columns, and it will say like blah 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 40 supply or something. So everything uses supply, of course. The other supply thing is in logistics. You could take a look at freight and supply. no, it's in organizational supply budget. This one also gives kind of an overview, tells you
Mhm.
kind of how many missions your units will last before they actually start suffering from supply issues. And when they don't have
Mhm.
supply, obviously they can't perform missions. They just sit there and do nothing. They can't move. But yeah. So as the recon percentage goes up, the more information you get. So we typically need to do recon of stuff just to know where stuff is. Otherwise, you don't know what you're attacking. There's the whole recon side of the SEOW campaign. But we should probably get to moving stuff around and creating a flight, I suppose. So for recon flights, you can only choose one aircraft. It's a single aircraft that can do the recon. Because I guess that's how they did it in real life. It was just a single aircraft. So he's going to fly from this off-map position to here. And I got to change the altitude again. Oh, that's right. It's not going to let me do that until I have 3. Anyway, I don't think 3 is minimum. Yeah, 3. Okay, 3 is the minimum, but we need one more. 4? Does it let us do stuff with 4? Yeah, reconnaissance. Okay, look at that. It's got a green highlight, I guess. The waypoint. I believe there's a hotkey. I think it's R, if I remember. So I can hit R. Oh, it actually shows the radius. Hit R again. There we go. Another recon. This thing can do 10 photos. So that's the benefit of having a bomber or a dedicated reconnaissance aircraft. It's got a lot more recon photos. So it's going to perform recon here. I don't think it's worth it doing it there. There's an intersection here. There's a bridge here. It's worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Oh, I already used up a 10th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, that is 10.
Oh, it can go to like multiple places to recon at a time.
Mm-hmm. It'll take up to 10 photos.
Is that how it works in real life?
I mean, you're just taking photos. You can take as many photos as you want as long as you still have filmed, right? Canisters of film, however many film that gives you got in that canister. Take. I mean, those are pretty big cameras back then, but that's the analog way of taking photos, right? Film. But we'll tell these to land at Recon because that's where they're supposed to go. Maybe a lower altitude by the time they get down here. I don't know what it said there, but oh, I think it's it automatically sets the altitude based on the distance. It like does calculations. There's like a minimum altitude that they can actually descend to within that time frame. That's actually considered safe for them. But okay, finalize mission orders. Part. Oh, okay. Oh, we can't do a recon from outside the map because we're technically doing a transfer of aircraft.
But you can bomb stuff. You just can't take photos.
Yeah, and we can't do 4 because
Okay.
recon doesn't allow us to have 4. So you can only have a single aircraft. Okay, I guess we'll just have to. I don't even know why did I go to Betty's? Well, I think I just wanted to show them off. Okay, but I guess there's more than one K-46. Yeah, there's more than one. Okay, they're gone. Oh boy, that's 1,000. No, that's not good. We don't want recon at 1,000. I mean, it's pretty good because you get pretty good details. Like you'll get a pretty high percentage on whatever units are there because you're so low to the ground. You can see like a lot of detailed things about them, but you won't have a large radius. You won't be able to see much That's how Recon works. So we'll probably do, what, 5K. That's Recon photos. Pretty straightforward. And like you see me doing these waypoints, I only really change the altitude. It kind of does the indicated airspeed on its own. It actually maxes it out. So it sets the indicated airspeed to whatever the maximum is. So that's great. That kind of simplifies the repetitiveness of creating these waypoints. Finalize mission. And so probably give it 50%. It's probably best to give recons an escort, although that is kind of suspicious. But then again, don't we give everything an escort, an SEOW? I guess we do, because it's better that way. Better to use all the assets we have on hand. So it'll be a escort from a party. We'll tell it to do a part route. Starting at waypoint 3, they'll fly waypoint 3, and then they'll fly directly to wherever they are in the air. Commit mission. Generated, done. Should be 13 now. Or no, was it 12? Okay, I guess it was 12. 12 missions so far. There's our recon flight. Ooh, look at that. Green squares, that's cool. Instead of dots, we got green squares. The recon one, so where's this recon guy? Oh, he's right there. He's got an escort, if I remember. Yeah, he's got those 3 guys, 1, 2, 3. So he's just basically flying through the waypoints, making turns. I guess we'll let the mission run the rest of its course and let him do its thing.
In SEOW, after the mission ends, am I able to check like who shot me down and then like what the enemy lost? Like, or is there a fog of war?
That would be the statistics. Typically, the statistics are published, or the mission is analyzed, right? So the mission is going to be analyzed after it's run here, but typically what the host does is the host goes over the logs and he checks if there's any discrepancies, if there's any issues. Like if there were some planes who were destroyed on the ground because they slammed into some trees on takeoff, the admin would go in there, he would uh, take a look at the log, and he would delete those lines from the log, right? To make sure that those planes weren't destroyed, because we don't want those kind of events to happen in the log. We don't want planes just slamming into trees and blowing up. That's kind of lame. That's not what the commander intended them to do. That's just a bug, or AI being AI, stupid stuff. But okay, I think yeah, all the aircraft that we gave tasks to have kind of completed them, but they haven't landed yet. We technically don't need to have the mission run that long. You just stop it here. I'll quit the mission. There's going to be an event log right here. Close the log to be sure to.
Okay.
And now analyze it.
Analyze. All right.
It's going to run its course.
And then now it's gonna talk to the database and if determine like what was subtracted, right, or what's produced.
Yeah, I didn't go over factory production, but yeah, if there is factory production,
That's
they'll give some points to the factory production equipment or whatever is there. But it will.
so this SCDCS just communicated with the database, correct?
It's not communicating yet. It's just calculating.
Oh, okay.
Now it's communicated. By this point, it's already updated the database.
Okay. 0 ground movements. Right.
So we can refresh this. I know it says 21 hours now. It's still gonna say 21.
And now you can start plotting your missions and stuff.
Well, we can see the results now. So we can see the recon photos here. That's the red thing. We got recon here, recon photos. You can see there's a lot, 100%. Look at that. That's lovely. We got 100% recon on some units now. Yeah, that's great. We still would have gotten recon just because of proximity, just because these guys are close to these guys. So ground units,
Mm-hmm.
ships, they give you recon too, just because if you're close enough to something. But these are definitely not
Okay.
close. These are not close to these guys. So this is definitely recon doing its work. Or the spy. Spies are pretty good at doing recon too. They report stuff. But there should be recon we did right here. Yeah, of this bridge. 100%. Yeah, look at that. Lovely recon. Recon's also affected by weather and that kind of stuff. It's like random. But yeah, we definitely got some information. We actually see there's some tanks here. M3 Lees on this airfield. Doesn't seem like there's any aircraft. They can't say there is any. We got some recon here about unidentified units. But we should probably get to moving stuff around and creating a flight, I suppose.